to do. You just stand and watch the Lord see you through. Yes, after you've done all you can, you just stand. Tell me, how do you handle the guilt of your past? Tell me, how do you deal with the shame? And how can you smile while your heart has been broken and filled with pain, Tell me, what do you give when you've given your all and it seems like you can't make it through? Child, you just stand when there is nothing left to do. You just stand and watch the Lord see you through. Yes, after you've done all you can, you just stand and be sure, be not entangled in that bondage again. You just stand and endure. See, God has a purpose. Yes, God has a plan. Tell me, what do you do when you've done all you can and it seems like you can't make it through? Child, you just stand. You just stand. Stand. Don't you dare give up through the storm. Stand through the rain, through the hurt. Stand through the pain. Don't you bow and don't you bend. Don't give up. No, no, no. Don't you give in. You hold on. Just be strong. No, God will step in and it won't be long. No. After you've done all you can. After you've done all you can. After you've gone through the hurt, and after you've gone through the pain, oh my, after you've gone through the storm, and after you've gone through the rain, you prayed and cried, you prayed and cried, you prayed and cried, you prayed and cried, oh my. After you've done all you can, you just stand.
After you've done all you can, just stand. Giving out a guy who's the head of my life, the late Bishop and Mother Rosa Goins, all those who honor is due. Thank God for another week. Thank Him for opening our eyes and bringing us to this day. And on this snowy day, I thank God for another year that He's kept me. Enjoyed my birthday, enjoyed all the things that were done, and I'm just grateful to the Lord that I'm still here. I can truly say I'm still here. Today we're coming from Job, the 14th chapter, starting at the first verse. I had like two conversations that brought me to this scripture, and I spoke to one person who was dealing with about a depression and just upset about the things that were happening in her life, which brought me to the scripture. And I saw this video this week of this young girl. I mean, when I say young, I mean young. She was in a booster seat in her parents' car, and she was singing "Leave Me Alone," and she sang it with such conviction. And someone commented how much trouble and struggle is this little girl going through, because the way she sung that "Leave Me Alone" and was hitting the notes, she sounded like a 70-year-old church mother singing a song during devotional service. And they were like, how much trouble could she be going through at such a young age, still sitting in the car seat? And it again brought me to the scripture, Job 14th chapter, starting at the first verse, which reads, "Man that is born of a woman is of a few days and full of trouble." Born of a few days and full of trouble. That alone brings me to so many different things. Like some of the discussion, we talk about how you be faithful to God, go through so many things, but yet in the end, your life still has some struggle, it still has some trouble, it still has some pain. But what we need to understand is the Bible doesn't tell us we're not going through. The Bible tells us that he won't put more on us than we can bear. And those things we go through, those trials and tribulations, are there to make us stronger. Because if everything came easy, once you said, I'm living my life for God, and then everything became easy, what's the point? We all have purposes. We all have tasks that we need to complete in this life. And if everything comes real easy, there's no motivation for us to press forward. There's no motivation for us to keep moving if everything just comes like that. Now, in the church, we have a tendency to give the impression that everything is easy now. Everything is fine all the time. We're just blessed and highly favored at all times. But that's not the word. The word says a man is born of a woman of a few days and full of trouble. There's a song we also used to always sing. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. Nobody told me the road would be easy. Because it's not supposed to be easy. We're going to go through. We're going to go through these things. So sitting there looking at me and my family and things that happen, then looking at my life with all the health issues and everything going on, no one said it was going to be easy, but yet I'm still here. Yet I'm still teaching the word because I know what the word really says. It didn't say I was going to have all roses and rainbows for the rest of my life. That's not the life that was promised. What was promised is that whatever we go through, he would make a way of escape. Whatever we go through, he said he'll never leave us or forsake us. Whatever we go through, he promised that we can get through it because he won't put more on us than we can bear. That's what the word says. And I know in situations you question that, and it's understandable. Look at that example with my parents, both of them home on hospice, both of them in pain, both of them suffering, both of them were faithful all their lives to God. But in the end, they went through in those last days. And we sat there and watched them go through the pain, trying to give them morphine, give them painkiller, things to make them comfortable in their last days. But the word said, a man is born of a woman of a few days and full of trouble. It's not an easy road. And we don't need to paint the picture that is just that. Rainbows and butterflies. But we need to be able to put out there to people to understand that even though you're going to go through, because you are going to go through, God has made a way for you to make it through. And each time you go through, you're stronger. Each time something else comes in, you're a little smart on how to handle it. Each time you go through, you might be able to get through it a little quicker because you've been there. You've dealt with this. Now you know how to move through it, but you're going to go through the storm. I said it before. One of the amazing things to me about storms is, in these big giant storms, when they talk about these hurricanes and everything, in the eye of the storm is the quietest, the lowest pressure on earth in the eye of the storm. So right in the center of the storm, it's peaceful. It's quiet. The wind is barely blowing. It's not all the rain coming sideways and all that stuff happening in the eye of the storm. The lowest pressure is in the middle of a hurricane. So that alone, to me, is one of the greatest signs God gives you, that even though around you the wind is blowing so hard you can barely stand, the rain is coming sideways at you, there's thunder, there's lightning, there's hail, there's all these things happening around you. But in the midst of that storm, it's quiet. It's peaceful. So you're going to go through, regardless of what you believe, you're going to go through. But in the midst of that, understand God has made a way. I just got a low power on my iPad, which is running this whole thing. I forgot to plug it up last night. But the scripture goes on to say, in the second verse, he cometh forth like a flower and is cut down. He fleeth also as a shadow and continueth not. And wind blows, you get the shadow, you get a little shade out of the heat and everything, and then boom, it's gone. The shadow, just like a shadow. And doth thou open thine eyes upon such a one, and bringest me into judgment with thee? Now I want to jump down to the 7th verse. The 7th verse says, for there is hope in a tree. There is hope in a tree, if it be cut down, that it will sprout again, and that tender branch thereof will not cease. So you can chop a tree down, but there's always that possibility you'll see that one little sprout start coming up, and it's from that tree. The 8th verse says, though the root thereof wax old in the earth, and the stock thereof die in the ground, yet through the scent of water it will bud, and bring forth boughs like a plant. So there's hope. Even when you're cut down, even when you're going through all the stuff you're going through, there is still hope. Just a little water. You can cut all the way down to the stump, but yet and still just that little bit of water, and you can sprout again. There's still hope. And that 14th verse is the last one that I want to read. If a man die, shall he live again? All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change come. Read that again. If a man dies, shall he live again? That's the question. All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change comes. We got to wait. We're going to go through some stuff. Even if our days are numbered on this earth, we have to wait. We have to wait, because even if your days are for appointed time, wait till your change comes. See, that change, I've always heard that scripture, but I've gotten a better understanding of it. Till my change comes, that's that time when I get to live again. I'm going to wait. Because I know everything I go through on this earth right now is just that. Just what I go through on this earth right now. But I'm going to wait for my change to come. I'm going to wait for that time when I get to live again. All the things you go through, understand that's not the end. Whatever your situation might be right now, whatever you might see happening around you right now, wait for your change to come. Understand how this world works, how God said, understand the word. He never said it would be easy, the road was going to be easy. But what he did say is that you can get through. And when we look on the world today with all the stuff going on with this pandemic, with the economy, with the still hearing rumors of civil war and the homegrown terrorists, all these things going on, wait. Understand that all that may happen, but God has made a way for you. Understand it, and never think that what you're going through nobody else understands. Never think that what you're seeing in front of you, this can't be right because I'm going through and this person's doing so well. Everybody's going through, whether they want to show it or not, whether they just give the appearance that everything's fine all the time and rosy and all that. That's not. That first scripture said, what? A man is born of a woman of a few days and full of trouble. That's the word. So there's no reason to feeling down, feeling depressed, feeling like it's just you going through. No reason to feel like that this is so unfair what's happened to me, or this so-and-so over here is doing so well. Full of trouble for everybody. Everybody's going through. Everybody has struggles. Everybody has trials. Everybody has things going on in life that they feel like this is a lot to bear. But yet and still, the word says he's made a way of escape. He said, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. And I'll never put more on you than you can bear. That's the word. We can declare we are blessed and highly favored, but understand folks are still going to go through. This is how it's set up. Last time I talked about favor is not fair. We have favor with God, that he'll bless in things even when we don't deserve it. But yet and still, we're going to go through. This is the word. This is how things are. You press forward. You keep moving so you can get through that struggle to get to the blessing. So you can proclaim, God bless me. But you need to be proclaiming what you went through to get to the blessing. And that's for leaders and folks who are in position of influence. You need to let folks know what it took for you to get to where you are to be blessed. We can't just sit here, walk around perpetrating everything is just great. That God just opened up the window of heaven and poured out a blessing we didn't have room to receive before going through what we went through. Understand, we have to go through. And with every level, like they say, another devil. You're going to go through no matter who you are. You're going to have to deal with things that seem like they're hard, rough, unfair, everything. But understand you can get through it. There's nothing that happens in this world that you can't deal with. You just need to trust and believe in God and have faith that he'll bring you through. This is what we need to understand. I went away for my birthday and took my laptop so I could post the last message online. I sat down here at 11:30 to start turning my monitors on. I realized there was no laptop. It's out in my car in the snow. So I ran outside to get it. And I'm sitting here trying to figure out there was something I had to do. I had to put the closing song on. But folks, understand, we all have to go through. All of us. We all have trials. We all have tribulations. We all have struggle. But thank God He's provided a way for us. Thank God that in the midst of everything that we go through, He has a blessing prepared for us. So hold on to that and wait until your change comes. And I'm so grateful for that. So it's just amazing sometimes that conversations during the week lead me right to what it is the Lord wants me to speak on. And a man is born of a woman for a few days and full of trouble. But that doesn't mean this world isn't worth living in. That doesn't mean the life God give you is too much for you to bear. It just means you're going to go through, but He already knows it and already has things in place to bring you through them. It's just to make you stronger. That's what our trials and tribulations are for, to strengthen us for the next move. So if you can just get your mind right to understand, oh, here comes another issue. Oh, that means there's another blessing coming right behind it. If you can start living your life with that philosophy that whatever trouble is coming my way now, it's just to make way for that new blessing, then I can handle what the blessing that's coming behind it. It will put a totally new perspective on your life. So just wait on your change, because your change is coming. Have a blessed week, and we will see you again next Sunday.
May your struggles keep